Coming up, we'll take a walk around some of the sights of Bergen, including Bryggen, the famous coloured wooden buildings on the waterfront. Boarding a train, we take the mammoth 7-hour journey to Oslo, highlighting some stunning scenery on one of the world's best railway journeys, which climbs and crosses the mountains to Norway's highest station, Finse. It's an extraordinary trip. Arriving in Oslo, we'll share a few highlights from the short time we had to explore. So join us for some history, beautiful buildings, and an incredible train ride across Norway. In the last part of this mini-series in Norway that took in fjords, stunning scenery around Flåm, and an unforgettable ride on the Flåmsbane, we arrive back in Bergen. Bryggen is a historic harbour district in Bergen, one of North Europe's oldest port cities on the west coast. It was established as a centre of trade in the 12th century. One of the most famous areas is the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Bryggen. This is a series of colourful wooden buildings that line the waterfront and date back to the Hanseatic League, a trading alliance that dominated Northern Europe from the 14th to the 17th centuries. They controlled the trade of stockfish and established a total of 4 overseas Hanseatic offices. Bryggen is the only one preserved today and is now home to a range of shops, restaurants and museums. Bryggen has been damaged by a number of fires through the centuries and has been rebuilt each time, the most recent in 1955. They closely followed the previous property structure and plans, including the building techniques. You can see some restoration going on in this building. Bryggen's appearance today stems from the time after the fire in 1702. Some 62 buildings remain from this former townscape. It's lovely to walk the narrow alleyways looking up at the structures, imagining life back then, whilst browsing the modern shops below. The city is very easy to walk around and take in the lovely architecture whilst browsing the shops. If you have more time than we did, you could also book a boat trip into the fjords for a few hours, and you can take these from the harbour. Another popular attraction in Bergen is Fløyen Mountain, which offers stunning panoramic views of the city and the surrounding fjords. Visitors can take a funicular train or hike up the mountain to enjoy the breathtaking scenery. We'll take the funicular. An adult return ticket is 120 kroner, about £9. You can book online or see the timetable here. It was a bitterly cold night and we decided to do this at the last minute. It had been so grey and wet all afternoon, but it had cleared by early evening. Rain in Bergen is not unexpected, as it holds the title of the wettest city in Europe, with an average of 12.7 rainy days a month. The ride up on the funicular takes about 5 minutes, and we are climbing 320 metres above sea level. It's been running since 1918 and has been modernised in the last few years. At the top you can look back over the port, which is always busy with cruise ships, cargo and fishing vessels. Visitors can also hike up to the top of Mount Floyen on a network of well-marked trails. Trails range in difficulty from easy walks to more challenging hikes, and they offer a chance to experience the natural beauty of the area up close. Of course, it's a bit late in the day for us to be doing that now. There is a bar, cafe and restaurant at the top, so you can even make an evening of it as the days get longer before taking a ride back down into the city. Our time in Bergen was short. We've only been able to give you a small taste of what you can see and do. The streets were quiet and peaceful as we made our way to the station early on Sunday to catch the 8:04 train to Oslo. The train station at Bergen dates back to 1913, when it was opened to accommodate the Oslo-Bergen Railway completed 4 years earlier, so you've been able to travel by train between the two cities for over a century. This 7-hour stunning journey can be booked on the National Railway website. Prices vary but seem to start from around 379 kroner or £29. Pretty incredible for such a long trip. Your coach number and seat will be on your ticket, and boarding starts about 10 to 15 minutes before departure.
Yeah.
The train has various levels of seating and a few compartments for up to 6 people. We booked well in advance and managed to get a compartment to ourselves for 1,999 kroner, so £40 each, which we thought was a great deal for such a long trip.
41, 42, 43, 44. This is us. Here we go.
The train departed right on schedule, beginning our 496-kilometre route heading southeast to Oslo. Leaving the city behind us, we initially head east, weaving along the Western Norway fjord route, passing through many tunnels, 182 in total along our entire journey. As the train passes through the ever-increasingly snowy landscape, we are slowly climbing, heading for the interchange station at Mördl, 867 metres above sea level. About 1 hour and 15 minutes into the journey, we arrive in Voss. If you watched our other videos, you'll know this was our base for much of our trip around West Norway, a popular place for skiers and hikers. During this part of the journey, we were unfortunately held on the line due to another train with a technical issue. This would last for over an hour. Eventually, we arrive in Mördl station, 867 metres above sea level. Another popular stop, you can change to the Flom Railway and take the Heritage Line to the village of Flom, another amazing rail journey in Norway, which we covered a few weeks ago on the channel, so do check that out. We are now travelling over the most demanding stretch of the line, across the Hardanger Mountains, heading to the highest station in Northern Europe, Finse. The Hardanger Plateau is an icy wilderness of some 6,500 square kilometres, 2,500 square miles. It is the largest plateau of its kind in Europe, with a cold year-round alpine climate and one of Norway's largest glaciers. Finse Station, 1,222 metres above sea level. It was here that George Lucas brought Hollywood in 1979 to film Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, with the plateau as the backdrop to Hoth. 70 years before that, and still today, this location is used as a place to train and simulate polar expeditions. Shackleton, Amundsen and Scott all came here for training as the terrain is so similar. This was the perfect time to have a glass of wine as we passed the desolate but stunning landscapes. If you haven't brought your own food and drink, then the train has a buffet car with lots of choice from snacks to full-blown meals on board. As the plateau and mountains disappear, we drop down and travel beside the Hallingdal River, fed by the glaciers of Hardanger. It runs for 220 kilometres and drops 318 metres along its route. Many hydroelectric power plants have been positioned along the river to harness its power, generating electricity. It's along this route the train can stretch its legs and reach speeds of up to 160 kilometres an hour. The landscapes become more industrial, indicating our imminent arrival at Oslo Central Station. Trains connect here from as far as the Arctic Circle, Sweden and across the continent. We arrive in Oslo over an hour late due to the earlier delay. In Norway, if a train is more than 30 minutes late, you can request a 50% refund online, which was quickly repaid to us a few days later, making this trip of a lifetime even cheaper, but at the cost of even less time in the city. With just a few early evening hours before heading home to the UK, we only had time to take a quick walk around and see a few of the sights. This is the Akershus Fortress, built in the late 1290s by King Håkon V to protect Oslo. The fortress has withheld many sieges and served as a prison for a period of time. It's open daily for visitors. This is the Norwegian Parliament building in the heart of the city, designed by the Swedish architect Emil Victor Langlet and completed in 1866. The Parliament is open to the public and offers guided tours. This large brick building by the harbour is the town hall, completed in 1950, you can climb the 66-metre tall tower and see panoramic views of the city and its surroundings from the observation deck. Oslo Harbour, also known as Oslo Fjord, was a pleasant place to walk. The scenic waterfront area is surrounded by several of the city's main attractions. Numerous boats and ferries come and go, and visitors can take a scenic ride along the fjord or to the islands nearby. The many wooden boats preserved in the harbour are part of a maritime museum, keeping traditional coastal culture and maritime heritage alive. A food hall called Vippa is a popular gathering place for foodies and offers a wide range of culinary experiences. The gorgeous sunset was the perfect ending to our week's holiday, discovering the natural beauty of West Norway, a place we already want to visit again. We hope you've enjoyed our travels on this mini-series and it's inspired you to consider visiting this stunning country. We'll certainly be back. Thanks for watching The Memory Seekers.